Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. We got some good stuff to cover tonight. Yes, late night with Queen B, y'all. Good evening. How y'all doing? Y'all, this is gonna be a one-on-one learn with your girl. And with that being said, y'all, I'm not even finna hold y'all too long. We finna get ready and get into the video. Guess who done popped up that I didn't start researching on, y'all? He has been the discussion. He has been a part of the political world. And we diving into George Soros. Yes, I've heard his name come up so many times. I now know that he is a part of funding these organizations. Some of them we now know are corrupted today, which was Black Lives Matter and so many other anti-protest groups. You know, the ones that be showing up to the peaceful protests and then they show up with chaos. And then later on the news, the next day, fake news, they be like, oh, MAGA was out here acting the fool. No, 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 no. These are the people who are actually funded by George Soros. Okay. He has different organizations that he funds. All right. Now, for those who don't know who he is, he was born in Hungary in 1930, y'all. From what I've learned so much, he was a Jew. And when World War II hit with the Nazis coming to the place and trying to seize the properties and things like that and taking these Jews, this man decided at a very young age, not sure how old he was, but he decided to use false identified papers so that he wouldn't be taken. And he will also take the very people that he is, a Jew, and help the Nazis get them to these Nazi camps. And y'all know the Nazi camps where they were literally murdering Jews around this time and seizing their property. So just to give y'all a little insight, we're going to dive into one of these videos. And what sparked this interest is, of course, all these protests and stuff like that. But I was strolling through my phone and seeing something about May Day. And May Day is supposed to be the month where the anti-Trump and all these different organizations go to these protests and things like that. And they protest bringing chaos, okay, not peacefully. So it led me back to his name. So with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get your pens and papers out. And let's dive on into the video. Y'all take notes. Let's get it.
Hungarian Jew who escaped the Holocaust by posing as a Christian. Right. And you watched lots of people get shipped off to the death camps.
Right. I was 14 years old.
Dang, 14?
That's when my character was made.
In what way?
That one should think ahead, one should understand and anticipate events, and one is threatened. It was a tremendous threat of evil. I mean, it was a very personal experience of evil.
My understanding is that you went out with this protector of yours who swore that you were his adopted godson.
Yes.
Went out, in fact, and helped in the confiscation of property from the Jews.
That's right.
I mean, that sounds like an experience that would send lots of people to the psychiatric couch for many, many years. Was it difficult?
Not at all. Not at all. Maybe as a child you don't see the connection, but it created no problem at all.
No feeling of guilt.
No.
For example,
that's crazy.
I'm Jewish, and here I am watching these people go. I could just as easily be there. I should be there. None of that.
Well, of course, I could be on the other side, or I could be the one from whom the thing is being taken away.
That's crazy.
But there was no sense that I shouldn't be there, because...
But you was a Jew.
Well, actually, funny way, it's just like in markets, that if I weren't there, of course I wasn't doing it, but somebody else would be taking it away anyhow. In other words, whether I was there or not, I was only a spectator, the property was being taken away. So I had no role in taking away that property. So I had no sense of guilt.
That is crazy work. You mean to tell me just because you ain't taking away the property? But here's the thing. You was taking away your own people, but yet you don't have no remorse. You got to be an evil young individual. He said that's when his character was born. So it makes a lot of sense, y'all, because to this day, right now in the political world, he has hands on for a lot of these different organizations, y'all. Crazy work. He has no remorse. So you sat there and watched your people die. Not only that, you led them to the Nazi camps. That's crazy. Dang. All right, y'all. So this next clip we about to get in, this man the character was born at 14. So he say, you know what I'm saying? But back in 2002, George Soros was pretty much convicted in France for doing inside trading. Okay. Now you see why a lot of these other folks was getting away with that type of stuff. Cause you know, he be funding all that mess. That's crazy. And then he tried to appeal unsuccessfully, y'all. I guess he tried to appeal, you know, the situation because they trying to get him for 62 million. And y'all make sure y'all go ahead and fill me in the comment section if I'm missing out on anything or anything like that, y'all. I am, you know, pretty much just started this research on him today and stuff like that. And it all led to me because I was reading up on May Day, the month of May, and all these different protests that come out and anti-Trump and all this other type of mess. But yeah, y'all, you can read it right here. And I use I think it's DuckDuckGo. That's something y'all put me on. Y'all was like, try going in there, Queen, and you know, researching stuff in there. So shout out to y'all for that. But yeah, this is just alleged insider trading is what they were saying that he was doing. I'm pretty sure he probably was doing that. Anywho, y'all, we finna keep this thing rolling because I ain't finna keep y'all here all night with me. I just wanted to let y'all know that who I was researching on and trying to find out who is the face behind this. Is pretty much like the Democrats guy. He's the one that got the money to fund organizations, and he like, go. For those who don't know. So go on and do your research for yourself, y'all. You can find this information on your own too. For real. So with that being said, y'all, the next clip we about to get in is George Soros coming straight from Tosca, Austin. George Soros, high priest of the far left. Okay, the billionaire who orchestrated the protest and rage against Trump machine. All right, so let's get into it.
President Trump, the con man.
Wow.
The ultimate narcissist, wants the world to revolve around him. When his fantasy becoming president came true, his narcissism developed a pathological dimension.
And they clap. So here's my thing. You a billionaire and you then funded majority of these organizations, y'all, dealing with democracy, dealing with education, human rights, even criminal justice reforms. But you sit here and you call Trump the con man. Who is really the con man? Let it be clear, you start conning at age 14. Like, come on. But they cannot stand Trump. Trump is the one doing all these things. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. All right, so I believe Chicago City Hall is overturned by communities, including the mayor's office. So what happened is, again, y'all, these organizations of people that are supposed to be going out protesting, these actors are being funded through George Soros organizations that he has, foundations that he has or whatever. So they get paid to pretty much show up and act a fool. The fake news pretty much gets the information and try to blame it on MAGA supporters and all these other people and saying it's them that was showing out when it really was a peaceful protest. So with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dive in and look at some of the stuff this guy is behind. Let's go. So, and as you know, they be doing these chants and stuff like that. They can never be on beat. It just, look at this.
A little late night,
Man. Okay, y'all. So let's get into it. So these are just pictures right here of the people that he's behind. And I guess this is a page that's made up. Branch of the Party for Socialism and Liberty. Okay. So he's behind all these different organizations that be going out there acting like bimbos and showing they tail, y'all. Okay. So we about to dive into the next one. Elon Musk himself said that George Soros and now his son, Alexander Soros, who is controlled, is actively trying to undermine the safety of our country. He funds through foundations the invasions of illegal migrants happening in Europe and the United States. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what Elon Musk has to say.
So one of the things he noticed was that that the value for money in local races is much higher than it is in national races. The lowest value for money is a presidential race. Then next lowest value for money is a Senate race, then a Congress, and but once you get to sort of city and state district attorneys, the value for money is extremely good. And Soros realized that you don't actually need to change the laws, you just need to change how they're enforced. If nobody chooses to enforce the law, or the laws are differentially enforced, it's like changing the laws. So one of the things he noticed was that that the value for money in local races is much higher than it is in national races.
Let's just repeat. So pretty much again, George Soros is behind these different organizations, y'all. Crazy work. And he also is behind the same very organizations, y'all, they be showing up at these anti-Trump protests and creating all these different protests behind the Teslas. The most recent with Leclerc, the ICE facility, and all these people that just show up out of nowhere showing they tails, y'all. Majority of these folks are being funded. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Okay? So if you like myself and you want to learn and you want to dive into it, research. Do it on your own. Don't just take me. I'm just showing y'all a little something. You know what I'm saying? This is me about 2 hours in. Just, Mayday, boom. From Mayday, boom. Now we on George Soros. Y'all. First time learning about this man. Heard the name, but it wasn't really just like, it's crazy how one thing leads you to another. And then you find out so much stuff and it all makes sense. All right, y'all, we finna keep this thing moving because I ain't finna keep y'all here all night with me. So Elon mentioned his son, Alex Soros, and the apple don't fall too far from the tree, y'all. So he pretty much is in chair to take, well, if not now, taking over Daddy's foundation and stuff and organizing funding different organizations as well. So with that being said, y'all, coming straight from Sparta Justice on X. Enemies of President Trump, Elon Musk, and humanity funding chaos and crime are around the world. Funny how they try to point the finger.
Well, of course, they were less critical of the law or of Viktor Orban or of Fidesz. I spoke to one lawmaker of the EPP, who told me in typical Brussels double speak, I quote, that the situation in Hungary is not an isolated problem, and that is why the European Parliament must stand for European values. Another MEP that was supportive of Fidesz and Mr. Orban was a Polish MEP from the Conservatives and Reformist group, who told me that George Soros is actually a problem for many countries, especially in Eastern Europe, as his financial support undermines the equality of chances for a fair debate. And he said, I quote, that it threatens traditional values by promoting the ideology of migration. Tessa? Well, of course, they were less critical of the law or...
So as we dive in and learn more and more about these guys and now the son who is, pretty much filling in, taking Daddy's spot, is a legacy that's probably going to keep going. And this is why the Democrats can walk around and liberals and stuff like that and act crazy and not be held accountable for it. I mean, of course, now the Trump administration is actually doing something about it, which is a good thing because it's like, all right, y'all think y'all can just sit around here and do these type of things. Yeah. Well, we gonna see. It's crazy. Y'all, we finna keep this thing going. What's y'all thoughts? Drop them in the comment section. Today, everything is working perfectly for me, y'all. And I'm so happy because normally my screen going out and the videos are not playing clear. It's always something. And I ain't got no production team. I can't say, hey, yo, edit this, do that. It's just me, myself, and I with the laptop and the rest of my little equipment that I have. So what you see is what you're going to get if you're watching a Queen Bee reaction. It's raw, cut, and real. All right. So let's just see an example of what, this man has funded. Says hundreds of thousands tune in on May Day. So this is the thing that happened, I guess, for the month of May. Everything's going on. And I'm hearing that they're supposed to begin some type of protest. That's supposed to be starting up on Memorial Day, which is Monday. I'm like, here they go. Like, y'all have to try to take the holidays and make it some type of anti, Trump protest administration. Like, it's crazy. So this happened not too long ago, y'all. While he served the billionaires who brought this way to power, we stand united across race and place to protect our freedoms and our families and our futures. Coming straight from WMTF Action. Let's dive into the videos. Oh shoot, Atlanta, Georgia. Look at them. Okay, so just to give you an example, these are some of the organizations where people show up to show out. Okay, they don't be coming to be peaceful. They come to raise chaos. But thank y'all, and to people like us, y'all, we voted for the F around to find out era. F around and find out. Again, y'all fill me in on any information that y'all have on George Soros and then who all is affiliated with him. I know a few people. Hillary Clinton. Wonder how she could get away with so much stuff she be getting away with. Probably even Nancy Pelosi. All these folks are tied into this one man. Y'all can drop some names in the bottom. So with that being said, y'all, we finna keep this thing rolling and moving up. Boom. Hillary Clinton and the foundation connected to Jeffrey Epstein and George Soros is connected, but black people globally should be concerned of their administration of verified racist Margaret Sanger, who created Planned Parenthood to lower the Negro population. Y'all, let's dive into the video. We ain't even finna waste no more time. Let's go.
Well, thank you
Speaking of the devil herself.
so much. It's great to be back in Houston with so many friends and to have an opportunity
I had to turn it down
to
some, y'all.
participate in the Planned Parenthood annual meeting. I have to tell you that it was a great privilege when I was told that I would receive this award. I admire Margaret Sanger enormously.
I bet.
Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Another of my great friends, Ellen Chesler, is here, who wrote a magnificent biography of Margaret Sanger called Woman of Valor. And when I think about what she did all those years ago in Brooklyn, taking on archetypes, taking on attitudes and accusations flowing from all directions, I am really in awe of her. And there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from her life and from the cause she launched and fought for and sacrificed so greatly.
You know, Margaret Sanger said that, she wanted to exterminate the Negro race and that she was going to use her organization that she founded to do so. And it actually didn't have me. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't about abortions. I never speak on abortions. It was more about the sterilization and what they started with when it comes to this actually ethnic cleansing, where they actually.
Y'all, I got a video too of Margaret Sanger, how my thoughts about her, stuff like that. I think I got to get a few videos on her, but they probably, in like, if you go back to my content, probably like 2-3 years old. Evil as evil as evil. That woman was evil. Let's get into it.
Said we want to get rid of a class of people, a group of people. You know what I mean? And they like to label feeble-minded or lower class, using terms when that's what they used in public. In private, they were talking about the black communities. And so it starts with everyone from the sterilization. They were utilizing these clinics to say, oh yeah, we're helping you, but they were injecting them with diseases. I mean, and it goes not just from there. We can go to the Tuskegee experiment, we can go to the 80s and 90s when they were injecting people with HIV, like all of this stuff.
So crazy. So Hillary and so are pretty much have a lot of ties together. And political inventories, y'all. It's crazy. Just a little bit of information that I've learned so far about this guy. At the age of 14 is when he built this character. And it's so crazy because you're thinking at 14, like, okay, I get you scared and all this other type of stuff. But the same way you got those papers to, how did he get those papers to even have false like identification? Couldn't you help some of your Jews? Or if you was thinking that much, maybe it could have been a way that you could have came up with to save your people instead of sending them off to be murdered, abused, and all of that. Y'all, it's crazy. It's crazy. I told y'all I wasn't gonna hold y'all long. I wasn't gonna keep y'all here long. I want to know y'all thoughts on this. So here we go, y'all. Go ahead and make this picture big. I will destroy America. And that is exactly what this man is doing. And now he's moving it on to his son. George Soros is coming straight for I Am Ken. George Soros is a cancer that America must eradicate. He funded the Black Lives Matter and Antifa riots, that destroy cities. He bankrolled the campaigns of numerous radical DAs. He openly said he hates America, and his goal was to destroy it. His son has the same goal, which we just went over. How can a country supposedly as strong as America allow this to continue? Because unfortunately, you have people like the Democrats, the lefty, and these paid actors, protesters that are being funded by this man himself. This man became evil at the age of 14. So all he know is nothing but shiesty. Shiesty. If y'all want to go ahead and research some more on him and his background, please do it. Don't take me for it. I just started on him. Like, his background is very interesting, I'll tell you that. And it's now an eye opener to these different protests that be taking place. So I really appreciate all of y'all for kicking it with your girl. And let's chop it up in the comment section. I want to know y'all thoughts. Like, again, fill in. May have missed some things, but y'all go ahead and drop it in the comment section. So George Soros, he remains as a complex figure. His actions influence and invoke both parties, y'all. All right. I want to know y'all thoughts. I'm a little laid back because it's late over here, baby. Your girl is tired. Normally, I would really be taking his bimbo tail out. But this is really just like a one-on-one learning with your girl. Okay. So if you learned something, did you get what you need to get out of this? Go ahead and drop in the comment section. I love y'all. I thank y'all. To the next one. Your girl is up out of here.